make a knot, pull it up, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Attach it into one of those edges of one of your chains. That's 1 single crochet into that loop, 2 single crochets into that loop. Now go to another piece of a loop. And I'll show you what a piece looks like in a minute. Single crochet, single crochet, 2 single crochets into each loop piece. Okay. Find another piece. It's not real important which loop you're going into, because the closer the chains are, the better. That one's not going right. 1, 2. Yeah, that one did wrong, but oh well. Okay, you see how this, the underneath of this single crochet would actually be those 2 spots, but I like to go into just one of them. That gives you a flatter scrubby. There's 1, 2. And look, we're kind of back to where we started, but we're just going to turn it into a spiral. And just into part of each loop, or whatever you call it. 1, 2. Now I've single crocheted, and it looks a little thick on the edges, but that'll kind of change. 1, 2. 2 single crochet, and then find part of the next one. 1, 2. 2 single crochet. Yeah, I let it drop, so I have to build another one. 2. 1, catch it back. 2. That one looks like I've got a little bit too many layers, but it really doesn't matter. Now that one I've got both layers, and I just don't like it when I have 2 layers. 1, 2. And I don't know what this other loop on the back end of it is, but sometimes I just grab it. It doesn't change anything. I don't know if it even lays different, but there's some sort of extra loop at the back. And, you know, it kind of makes something lean different, but it doesn't bother anything. Sometimes it's hard to find. There it is. 1, 2. 2 single crochet. And what happens with this thing is it starts to curl up. It'll get worse and worse. My arms are getting tired, and so I'm going to go faster so I don't have to do it so slow, because hanging on to it is making my arms tired, and I don't know how to stop this video and then start it again. I don't know where there's a pause button. So make it till it's, I don't know, let me get a thing to measure. I'm going to have to figure out a way to pause this because my arm hurts. And I'll just rest it, let it sit there. Okay, now I have a ruler here. Okay, this is still kind of small. So, it's just a lovely educational video. 2, 1. Sounds like it. We've got snow happening on. What did I do here? Yeah, I guess it's all right. 1, 2. I was really wanting it to snow here tonight because I don't want to go down to the Christmas tree lighting if it's raining. Now, if you see this thing, this is starting to get really kind of bunchy. But as you pull on it, it kind of flattens out. One, 2. One, 2. 5 inches of snow in Placerville. Well, I'd settle for an inch here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, now you see how it's really curling up here? Okay, I'm videotaping, dear. Okay, so it's about 3.5 that way. It's about 2.5 this way. Probably, having some walnuts, dear? Okay. 1, 2. Okay, 1. You know, that wasn't perfect. But what if you've done double crochet or 2 single crochet into each loop, then you do 2 single crochet into each loop around. That's why it's starting to get quite curly. Okay, and as you go around, looks like the center's up here a little bit, so I'm gonna go probably over to here before I stop. But the funky curls aren't really a big deal, but if it seems like there's too many, I don't know what I did there. It looks like I double, triple, whatever crochet. I'll just skip a loop or just do 1 into a chain because I bet it's not snowing yet. Just rain. Okay. I'll see, I did 1 and then I did 2. And the spacing doesn't matter. Remember, this is a pot scrubber. This is for scrubbing sinks and pots. It's cute. It's better than a sponge. I don't like sponges. Sponges get icky and they have too many holes in them. So Oops, I keep forgetting to make sure that this is on the video. Okay, well, it looks kind of odd, but once you kind of pull on it, okay, I don't know how round this is going to be, but you kind of make it rounder. Let's go a couple more just to give it some roundiness. I skipped one there, but I'm going to still do a double crochet over it. I'll do a single crochet here, and I'll do one with a double crochet. Notice there's no rhyme or reason. You just kind of look at it. And the other thing too is, if it gets all bad, you just take it out. It comes out really easy. Okay, now we're going to start the inside of it, or the back of it. The back of it, you go from double crochet to, from 2 single crochet in each hole, or each loop, to 1 every other one. Sometimes, for some reason, it seems like it needs 1 in each one, a round of 1 in each one, and maybe that changes because of the thickness, because this is only a 2-inch wide piece, and sometimes I use a 3-inch wide piece. Okay, so that's 1, skip a hole, 1, skip a hole, 1, skip a hole, skip a hole, 1. Now I'm going into that same 1 loopy hole. I'm not going into both of these. I'm going into just the one. And you wouldn't believe how hard this is to see with the camera. And work with my hands way over there. So there's one, skip that one, and then we're going right there. Be interesting to see what this looks like. Oh, look, now see, it's starting to cup. That's because I'm going 1 into every other one. Where when I did the first, this side, I did 2 into every one. Now I'm doing 1 into every other one. With a little bit of, you kind of add a few, subtract a few. And if it's kind of not laying right, just yank on it a little bit. It's a pot scrubber. It doesn't have to be perfect. It scrubs pots. You wash it in the washing machine. You wash it in the dishwasher. You rinse it out with soap and water. This other little thing, we'll just stick it in the center, pull it up from the other side, stick it in the center. It kind of gives it a little body. Okay. Now you see this hole's getting smaller and smaller because we're doing 1 into every other one. Now I don't know how long this has been going. It's longer because I keep making mistakes, but because I'm trying to videotape it. But this is a quick project. Probably you can put one of these in the shower and scrub your arms and legs and defoliate or exfoliate. No, not defoliate. Exfoliate. Defoliate's when you get rid of the shrubs. You wouldn't want to do that. Okay, now you kind of have to start paying attention because it's easy to lose track, but doesn't matter, does it? This is a pot scrubber. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's a pot scrubber. It scrubs pots. Okay, skip one. Okay, it's getting there. Yeah, the other thing you can do every once in a while is put the hook down and around it, make it look, see, okay, well, you know, how's it looking? This one looks like I've kind of got some extra bumpies, and that's probably because I wasn't real careful, but this looks okay over on this side. But when you see extra bumpies or extra square parts, as opposed to this kind of more rounded, you can just pull it out again a little bit when you're in that area. Because probably I should have done that when I was doing these. Probably should have given it a little tug or two to see how round it was. But, you know, I'm just going to let this one be because I'm almost done. Okay, this is... I'm into that loop, skip a loop, the next loop, skip a loop, go in, one single crochet, skip a loop, one single crochet. Looks like it's really getting into some loose loops, but you know, you kind of have to play with it a little bit. When I get down to the last few, I slip that stitch just so it can hold it a little tighter. Now, I yank on that, and I see this is, and I just pull it around like that. See, I opened it up and pulled the whole thing through the hole, and then kind of figure out which one makes it so you can pull it tight. I didn't realize my hand was in the light so much. Okay. Of course, there's no scissors in captivity here. Okay, sorry, I didn't get the scissors. Okay, now, got scissors. I won't make a living, and I'm going to cut that much. Could have been more, probably would have been better had it been more, but I was looking in the camera and not for real land. And then sometimes I get a plastic needle with a big hole and thread this extra piece through it. Other times I just shove it in. I'm pulling all the edges, all the parts of that extra piece in, and that just kind of gets shoved in the center and becomes part of the body of the scrubber. Okay. There you have a scrubby. Ta-da! One scrubby. That that took 20 minutes.